Okay, I'm Ryan Oxley. I'm a part of the City Farm School internship at the Schoolyard gardening program as opposed to the market gardening.
Could you tell us about the school plots, maybe starting by telling us what schools you actually do have plots in that you're working with?
Okay, I currently am at St. Monica's and I'm at Pierre de Coubertin, Hampstead, and then this one at John Caboto. And I'm currently in maintenance, so I'm maintaining the garden through the summer. And so that when the kids come back, there's a harvest for them, and then we use that harvest so they can have a sense of food, and then use those for workshops to teach them about food security and food-related issues. Yeah.
Could you tell us about the program, like the EMSB program that they put together to actually have this available at the schoolyard?
So it's a part of the base daycare, and through that it's called the Green Team. So what happens is kids either in before school or after school will have programs, and they'll be taken and taught food-related issues or sustainability or any green initiatives, and then work through little workshops. And then during obviously winter there's indoor activities, but then in spring, fall, there'll be activities that actually can come outside, and we'll do growing things with them. So they'll learn from growing seedlings to harvesting and planting, and then they'll do pest management. What else? And they'll just generally learn about plants and vegetables in general.
Could you describe your point of view about maybe the value this brings to educational institutions like these elementary schools you're working at?
Oh, for sure. I think there's a lot of benefits for kids having the access to this initiative and programs, because they're getting hands-on experience. They're seeing things firsthand rather than learning through a TV or reading it in a book. There's lots of practical components of it, so you're learning and you see things visually, and it's a tangible process. The benefits of it for kids, I think that the concretes you can see around us are just, the playgrounds are just concrete. So having access to a garden is really greening that up, and then they're visually inspired by having plants growing, flowers and vegetables and stuff they can kind of relate to that they may see at the grocery store, and they can actually see it growing and eat it. So I think there's definitely a movement towards this, and the future can be brighter and greener, like a quote unquote, but things are definitely changing, and kids really have now the opportunity, and more programs should be incorporated into schools. Yeah.
Could you tell us about maybe the process of what you do over the summer to maintain these properties or these lots?
Yeah, so during the summer, the main components are really maintaining the plants and the plots. So watering is a key issue, making sure pests and people stay out of them. So we have harvest for the kids when they get home, when they get back. What else? What else do we do? Yeah, a lot of weeding too. So hands-on weeding, which is a lot of fun. And then it's a lot of observation and learning yourself. So that is a big component for me, is kind of coming and learning and seeing how things grow, what I did wrong, what works better. Every season's different, so you're learning as well for yourself and building your skill set. Yeah.
Great. Could you maybe talk about some of the issues that you were describing to me before about some of the plots?
Some of the issues that we have here, some of them tend to be where the location of the gardens as well, so your access to water could be a little harder, so you have to kind of run long hoses. People in communities aren't aware that this food or these plants are really being safe for the kids, so you have people come and take the stuff, or people not appreciate it and vandalize it, which is kind of a sad part to it. And then just growing in an urban environment, you're open to all problems, sort of squirrels and other pests that will come in, and nature, it's either too wet or it's too hot, so you're always fighting those balances. Yeah.
Could you talk about maybe long-term and short-term visions of the project? I don't know if you're necessarily integrated into the long-term vision, but how would you want to see this would go, let's just say, if it was up to you?
I don't know what the plans of the base or where they want to see the program go, but personally I'd like to see, if I had a role, it'd be more in a curriculum style where it'd be integrated for the kids, having a class in green team. So it's set amongst math and science and English, where they actually have that class every year. They take that and time is allocated for them to learn about these initiatives and be more aware of it, where currently base daycare is just taking this role or initiative and it's only a certain amount of kids who have the access to it. But if the whole school was incorporated into it, you'd have a bigger scale. You could probably, it'd even take on a larger portion of the schoolyard as well, because there'd be more need or more need for room of the kids. So I think that's where, yeah, for my opinion, or where a direction I foreseeing something the green team to expand would probably be into a curriculum role. Yeah.
Do you see maybe a way to integrate the kids in this process over the summer, or do you think it becomes very difficult because they're not in school anymore?
I think day camps would be a good one. Day camps could potentially bring kids, you know, a gardening element, also, you know, with sports and outdoor activities. But if there was some time set aside for this, I think gardening could be one of them during a summer situation. You know, summer's so short and people really want to go away and do their own thing, but you know, there are camps existing around, and you know, incorporating those together, it could possibly work. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to talk about specifically about the garden itself, or?
Not really, no. And I think this is potentially something that's a stepping stone with other other organizations. The Edible Schoolyard that runs out of Berkeley, and then there's Kitchen. Is it? There's one in Australia. It's the. Oh, it's eluding me now. But it's really a mirror image, so it's Edible Schoolyard and it's kind of helping this process of bringing it into a curriculum where schoolyards have access to a garden and teachers can use that and then incorporated lessons into that too. So math can be about the size of a plot and then how much they can grow in that size. So you're kind of learning integrating two components of, you know, a garden and math, which it could be, you know, a stepping stone for this kind of stuff.
Wonderful. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it becomes practical when you have to apply the principles that you're learning somewhere else to then actually produce things.
Yeah, you can do the times tables, you can do the bookwork, but then give someone a visual aspect, and we all learn at different rates, and some people are more hands-on, some people like the books a bit better, but if you can have someone, you know, those two combined, then, you know, everybody's winning.
Sure, yeah. What a good way to teach kids about like surface areas and geometry and things like that.
Yeah, I've seen other ones too about like the history. So people, they bring the kids in and they talk about corn and understand, so corn and in Mexico and all those kind of interrelations. So they're learning about a fruit or a vegetable, but they're also learning about a country and history. So it's all the tied elements, which is just, you know, it's excellent.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you want to show us around a little bit as well?
Sure, yeah. So in this front 4 planters, we have mainly a beautification area with lots of annual flowers, some perennial that will come back. Yeah, just to kind of beautify and make the area look visually, aesthetically nice and appealing. So lots of color. Yeah, and lots of variation too in different flowers. So yeah, lots of calendula, which are kind of neat to keep and use for seed saving activities for the kids. Little nasturtium too, which is really good, an edible flower, and they can also save the seeds from that too. Mainly a herb patch with thyme, some basil, oregano, some chives, and then it's lemon balm. Yep, lemon balm, and then mint here. And then we have radishes. Oh, I got one here. Some nice ready to eat radishes, so they're good. And some winter crops. So hopefully some broccoli and cauliflower will come in for when the kids are ready, when seasonally for winter or late fall. Then we have our tomatoes, not so successful tomatoes. They need some more love. But yeah, these are mainly just red, simple red, and then a couple of cherry tomatoes. Some peppers that never fruited. I don't understand why. This needs some more love. And then a nice miniature willow and some sunflowers for some color. Here we have leeks and onions. So the leeks are getting in pretty well. We're just kind of healing them so they'll get bigger and get taller. And they'll be able to harvest those in the fall. And some pole beans, which are growing really well. They've been going all season. And next to those are bush beans too. So we'll have bush beans come in when the kids come back. Over here is kind of a mixture of kale. We've got some lettuces here, romaine lettuce, daikon radishes, and some spinach. So more stuff ready for when the kids come back. They'll be full in another couple of weeks. And then a bed of carrots that hopefully will come back. They've just been watered. Again, with the intention of having more harvest when the kids are here and they can see those and pull carrots. And then finally some, on this one we have Swiss chard, which someone else is really benefiting from, which is good. Someone's eating it. Raspberries over here. Just need to get them red and ready to eat. And then this one here is kind of a summer squash mix, varieties there, and then some beets for the kids as well, and more winter crops, so kohlrabi and cauliflower and not Brussels sprouts, broccoli. Yeah. And that pretty much completes everything at John Cubato. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.